Hello, everyone. That's not the right background, but I don't care because I'm going to keep going anyway. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on D podcast for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., not the Vampire Diaries that are right behind me. For Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Season 1, Episode 13, Tracks. I am your vampire host, Dom. And with me, I have my two co hosts,
Hello.
Cleo,
Hi.
with the return of Meta Knight, and Mike, uh, who is cleanly shaven.
I wouldn't call this cleanly. It's back mostly. It's about
It's
long.
back mostly.
Okay, it's
You're
back partially.
lying.
It's about
It is not.
wee
Okay,
long.
listen. If I cannot see it, it's not back.
Actually, this is good. How long it would take my beard to grow back. So this is a real proof test. This is 3.5 days of beard growth, almost 4.
And you guys will be able to watch the growth of this beard over the length of all our podcasts.
All of them.
All of them.
Everyone.
All right, so what did you guys think of this show?
Good.
This episode, I should say.
We waited long enough. We're gonna have to wait even more, but it was good.
I didn't like it.
We know.
I'm just throwing that out there right now. I didn't like the way. I liked everything that happened in the episode. What's going on with Mike?
I'm pretending to be frozen because you don't like the episode.
Oh,
But Dom,
I
they
liked.
didn't mention that Coulson died.
They
Did they?
Did they?
No,
No.
they
No,
did not.
they didn't. No.
Not
All right,
once.
here's the
It was a
thing.
gift to you, Dom.
I liked everything that happened in the episode. I didn't like the way the episode was told. It got, like, very climactic, and then it started rewinding. And then it got to a point where it got climactic again, and then it rewound. And I didn't like that so much as that when something gets climactic and then drops to like a different low point in the story. I was getting too much of the same thing that I'd already just seen, like the whole train thing. Yeah, we get to see it from a little bit of a different point of view or whatever, but it wasn't enough of a different point of view that it kept me interested. I didn't mind it so much when we saw from Fitz and Sky's perspective, but all the other ones felt like too much repeat footage, and not a. It would have been even better if they showed it from like a different angle or something, but it was like the exact same footage that they were showing over and over again.
Well-
However, I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it too.
Apparently,
I
there's
think-
a I just did that to myself.
I think a big
We
part
can't
of
see because you turned 8-bit, and it gets worse the more you move around.
What the flying fuck is going on?
I don't know.
I swear it's YouTube. The fact that both Omi and I are watching it, and you know what? I'm gonna just shut mine off because I don't need it.
Maybe.
There.
anyway.
Yes. Maybe.
Anyway, I think that part of the reason why you felt it was a lot of repetition was because they were trying to ground you, and they kept playing that announcement over the speakers over and over, just to say
Yeah.
this is this point in time.
No. I got that. That didn't bother me, but it was when it was
But
catching
yeah,
back up.
no, I know they repeated Coulson and
Yeah.
them jumping off the train like 3
Yeah.
times, and
If they showed it
I-
from a different angle, like if they showed it from like somebody else's perspective watching them jump off the train, I would have been more interested. But it was the exact same footage, just copied and pasted again, and that was kind of annoying.
Uh, you know what? I think this may have been that episode. Like, this was gonna be, how we talked about last time. This was gonna be their season finale until they got picked up to a full season. Like episode
Right.
13 would have been their last episode. So I think what they did was, you know, they just used what they had. They did some creative editing so they wouldn't have to shoot, much more. Because who knows what they had to change around when they found out they got a full season. Probably a lot, script wise. So this seemed like a very clever way to make the most out of short notice, a little bit of time. This way they can give us an episode without having us wait 2 months. We only had to wait a month ish.
Yeah,
But
I guess.
I liked it a lot because I mean, you get, the whole thing happens. They jump off the train, the grenade goes off, train's gone, and then it's like Agents of Shield logo, and then all of a sudden it comes back from commercial, and it's like the same announcer was like, wait, what? Oh, it's from Ward's point of view, and then
No, don't get me wrong. I like when things do that. I've said multiple times that Saw 4 is my favorite of the Saw movies because it takes place at the same time as Saw 3, but from a different perspective. And I love that. You go back,
I've
you
never heard you
watch.
say that.
Never.
I have a few
Go,
times.
go back
I
and
actually
watch
haven't.
the Clue movie. Like, the Clue movie does something similar
Yeah.
within itself. Or it could have happened this way. Or it could have happened that. And they showed.
But here's what really happened.
Yeah, and they show different things that, and I seem to recall one other movie. I don't remember the title, but they do that within itself. They do that one character. They show the movie, and then
There are so many examples
yeah, but
in movies of that being done.
I feel like they all did it better because they didn't recycle any of the same footage. This my big gripe, and I spent a lot of time doing video editing, and I just hate recycled footage. That's
Yeah.
my big gripe. So, like I said, I enjoyed the content of the episode. I just don't like the way it was edited.
And see, I thought it was fantastic, but I mean, maybe that's me. I really don't do a lot of video editing, if any at all. So
Yeah.
recycled footage doesn't bother me, I guess, as much.
Yeah, like I said, that's my only gripe. It's a minor one, but
Mm-hmm.
it's enough for me. It's one of my pet peeves, so it's something I have to address. But so the episode began. It got straight to the point. They were hunting Ian Quinn. They were trying to intercept a delivery that they were doing old school method on what was it, Italian train. It was going through Italy. And it was Cybertech. So Coulson asked nicely to take over. What would you guys think about that whole scene of Coulson asking nicely?
The way he said, as soon as he said, I asked nicely, I'm like, oh god, are they going to cut him holding a gun on somebody or something? Like, that's what I was expecting. Yeah, I mean, he did kind of well, he told them politely.
He did.
Coulson told them politely.
Yeah, it was very politely.
Yeah, basically, we're taking over. You did your job, now we're going to do ours.
It's like the FBI coming in and taking it away from the cops.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly, except the FBI doesn't do it nearly as nicely.
No,
Yeah.
they
It's
never do it nicely.
Like that
At
episode
least not
of
in the movies.
like the bank robber episode of Psych. You remember that?
Yeah.
Where the FBI
Yeah.
comes in and takes over Detective Lassiter. He's not
Yeah.
happy.
It's like every time, but that always happens
Yeah,
in cop,
Of course.
like
Yeah,
cop-centered dramas. It's like or comedies. The
That's
FBI is always a dick, and they're always
it's a
like,
stereotype of cop dramas.
yeah.
Of course. So, what do you guys think of May dropping the sex talk bomb on Ward when she said that she had told Coulson?
She's going out the window.
I'm sorry, she didn't drop a bomb. She just said, "I told Coulson."
That's kind of a bomb.
So
Ward was shocked, and she just like
Yeah,
jumped out
I
the
know,
window,
and I'm
and
just
it's just like, Psh.
Ward, get over yourself.
I know, it's like, oh,
Ward has to get over himself. He's like,
like what would
too-
happen if Coulson found out? He seemed okay when I told him, out the window.
Ward's got just such a stick up his ass, and like
I
the
know.
more time goes by, the more I'm just like, I'm sick of it, Ward.
Ward,
Take that
Ward,
stick out of your ass.
if it's just sex, you should be, you should get more comfortable with saying the word.
If you are having sex, you should be able to say the word sex.
Yeah.
This is true.
That's funny.
This is true. So, each member of the team there, they had their own cover job. You had Agent Ward. He got to play the conductor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And May, she didn't really have a cover job. She just jumped on the roof. She's got her goggles. She's
She didn't need a cover. She's the lady on the roof. Who's going to be on the roof of a speeding train?
Mhm.
She has this piercing stare.
Yeah.
She
In
just
goggle
gives the
form.
conductor like,
Yep. And I think probably the best dynamic. I just dropped my mashed potato lid on the ground from KFC, by the way.
You don't need it.
oh,
Yeah. Psh.
the humanity.
Simmons and Coulson, the father-daughter. I think that was the best.
Yeah,
That was good.
it really was.
What are you doing? Oh, I'm just getting in character. I hold some resentment over my absentee American father when mom died and not being there when I knew that whole thing. I was just like, what? I mean, her explanation makes sense because all the times when she's been forced to improv like that, she
Yeah.
sucked.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Do you
it
want
was
to know? Do you remember what we saw at the aquarium?
Don't you want to
You know
see
what-
what marine life we saw?
Or do
That
you-
was the
like-
best. I mean,
Yeah.
Fitz and Sky, their dynamic was pretty good too, but it was nowhere near the same level as Coulson and Simmons. But
But I
what'd you
have
guys
a
think
new
of?
ship
What'd
now.
you guys think of Fitz's American accent?
Oh, it was good.
It's
It was good.
better than Sky's Scottish accent.
Oh,
It
much
sure
better.
was.
Guys, I have a new ship. Fitz and Sky. I'm sailing that thing.
I don't know.
A new relationship.
New
I don't
ship.
know.
New ship.
I don't know. They did have some.
Yeah.
They did have
I'm
some
into
chemistry,
that.
but I don't know. I think Simmons would be way too jealous, and I don't think Sky would do that to Simmons.
See,
Yeah,
because-
no, I think so too.
We talk about the obvious thing, and I mean, we just got over my epic failure on the American Horror Story ending. Who's the next Supreme? The most obvious choice and everything like that. In this case, the Fitzsimmons relationship seems like the obvious choice.
But it's also the best friends choice. It's like
Yeah.
they've been best friends for years, and the best friends starting to date is also a terrible cliche that I never want to see again. And I don't care what J.K. Rowling says, she's wrong.
Wow. Wow, you're gonna throw that in there? Come on, Ron and
I'm sorry, it's still raw.
Hermione. Not to go on a side tangent.
No.
They like
No.
she said, they would have had lots
No.
of therapy.
Yes, maybe. But she does not belong with Harry, I'm sorry. No, nope.
She doesn't belong with Ron either. Ron would not be able to satisfy her.
Intellectually
Right.
Yeah.
or physically, he's a bumbling oaf.
We're not getting into this debate. We're not doing it.
I'm not debating. I'm just saying that neither of them worked. Would have worked for her.
Oh man. But
Yes,
I don't know,
okay,
like
neither.
Fitz and Sky, I could see it, but I can't at the same time.
I wouldn't mind if it happened. Same with May and Ward.
I'd rather
mind
see
that it
Sky
happened. It's nice.
and Ward.
The more time has passed, the more I desperately do not want Sky to get with Ward.
I'd rather have Sky get with
No.
May.
I don't know,
Maybe.
honestly.
Maybe.
I don't know. What'd you guys think of the
But I really want May to get with
Coulson.
though. I mean, this has turned into like a shipping tangent. Let's not.
Yeah, let's not. Agreed. Let's continue on course. Yeah. I was waiting for that. This was a
Right.
train episode. My camera keeps freezing.
Well, apparently you
Came
didn't
up
see me
with-
put on the conductor hat.
Can I? Oh, I.
No, I
did
can't see
you
your
put on the
screen, I'm
conductor
sorry.
hat.
When I was
Oh.
talking about the jobs and I said, Ward is a conductor, I slapped the hat on. You didn't even notice.
I noticed.
I have something covering the windows. I'm sorry.
You're a terrible person.
I, for one, am very, very happy that they didn't pull a Firefly
Mmm.
and have the bus fly over the train.
I
Very
was-
happy because I was very
was waiting for
scared
that.
that's what they were going
I
to
was
do.
waiting for
I
it.
was waiting for it too.
No.
I got an extreme.
Now, correct me if I'm
Firefly
wrong. The only
feels.
Firefly reference we'd had is in the episode 084.
What was that?
The device, the
That wasn't even a
staff.
Firefly reference. That was the movie.
What was that?
That's the that's
Firefly
Firefly,
Universe.
Serenity, whatever. It's Firefly.
Yeah.
So that's the only Firefly
But
reference we've had.
I didn't hear what you said. What was the
the
reference?
the staff that Agent Ward uses to stun everybody.
It's like a stun grenade on a stick. It's the same thing Simon uses in the beginning of the movie to break River out of the institution.
Oh yeah.
It was
he
that
drops down, smashes
exact-
his cane, and it goes up, and
Yeah.
same special effects and everything.
While there were not direct references in this series, there are like
Subtle.
points where
Subtle.
they are trying. It's
Well,
trying to be.
We've also
viral.
had we've also had that Dollhouse-esque
Yeah.
ending.
Yeah,
So-
very much so.
So
It's
Joss Whedon is definitely throwing some nods to his previous series in here, enough that his fans can pick them up. But
Yeah.
Oh god, Dollhouse broke my heart when they canceled it.
I know, it's
Yeah.
serious.
Oh, it's so
But-
good.
but
I need to get my
little
TV.
Easter eggs and stuff like that. What'd you guys think of Stan Lee's cameo?
Best.
And he just comes in to bitch out Coulson because Coulson's, undercover.
Yeah.
That was all, yeah. They did an interview with Stan Lee, and he was saying, like, how do your cameos go? He's like, well, they tell me when it's going to film, and I get on a plane, and I get there, and they tell me what they need me to do, and I do it. It takes usually 20 to 30 seconds. I'm done, and if I'm lucky, I get a thank you, and then I leave.
Oh my god, he's a one-take wonder.
That's pretty much, that's pretty much what happens. And he said he gets there, and, he gets on this train, so his scene starts, he gets up, he has to walk down the aisle. For some reason, there's two really pretty girls following him. He says he has no idea why.
I had no idea why either.
He's like, they serve no purpose other than to follow me. He's like, I get there, I tell Coulson off because he's having an argument with Simmons, and then I leave.
It almost seemed as like they were holding him up so he wouldn't fall over. I mean, the guy's, 91 years old?
He's something like that.
So I'm not sure he could walk without some kind of assistance, be it a cane or, I don't know. So maybe they were needed in the scene.
Maybe.
And maybe he's just trying to cover it up or something.
I
But
thought he was playing another, like, Hugh Hefner role.
Yeah.
Just had bitches on his arm.
it's definitely not my favorite Stanley cameo. It
Mhm.
was really good. I'm not trying to take that away. My all-time favorite Stanley cameo was in The Amazing Spider-Man.
Someone else.
When he's sitting there with the headphones on in the library and Spider-Man and the Lizard are just destroying the whole library behind him and he's just sitting there just listening. I love that one. That was my favorite Stan Lee. But all right. My favorite scene of this episode, and it's got to be up there with you guys, was Coulson and Ward using the hollow screen table.
Yes. Oh my god.
You know what I thought of?
I lost
I
it.
thought of the scene from Zoolander where Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson are trying to use the computer, and they're like, woo, 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 banging on it like a couple of monkeys. That's exactly what I thought of. I'm like,
When he couldn't get it to work, I was like, oh, baby's never used it before. He's always had someone else do it for him.
So
hollow table activate.
So, do you guys
It's
disagree?
something like this.
Do you guys agree now with Fitzsimmons, where they started yelling at Skye the last time she tried touching it, and they said, "No, you need
Yeah.
to go to training. You have had no hollow table training whatsoever."
What I
agree.
It
want.
seemed ridiculous at the time, right? But now,
Yeah. What
not
I
so
want
much.
is a scene where they look at the thing and see what they did to that image and go, "What the hell did you do?"
Yeah.
Because you know that it's saved like that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's gonna be there when Fitzsimmons turns it on again.
Oh yeah, I really hope
God.
that we see that.
What the hell did you do?
I really hope we see that. If not on the next episode or something like that, maybe in the Blu-ray, get the outtake
Yeah.
reel or the gag reel or something. I don't know, like cut
Yeah.
scene or something, deleted scenes. It'd be amazing. So, as we already said, the way it was broken up in 4 separate pieces. We got the story basically 4 different times. I mean, I don't hate the way it was delivered. I don't know. It was the recycled footage. That was what got me. Like,
Yeah.
did you guys really like that way of delivering the story? Like, would you like to see that in more episodes, or would you kind of
No.
get turned off if it was a regular thing?
No, I think that it was a situational thing. Like, because this story unfolded this way, it works.
It worked very well, and if it was an every episode thing, I would get bored of it really quick. I think
Right.
it's, that's like a one-off, like, hey, let's shoot this one episode and let's deliver this one episode in this style. Okay.
I just remembered the
fine.
movie that I was thinking of that used it. I don't remember the title of it, But it had what's the actor that played Jack in Lost?
Oh, Shepard. Mark Shepard?
Is that his
No.
name?
Jack? No. Jack's the main character, right?
Yeah. You're googling it.
Mark something. Mark.
Not Mark Shepard. That's Crowley.
No? Oh,
Yeah,
right.
Mark Shepard is Crowley.
My bad.
Lost TV series. No, not the movie Lost. There was a movie Lost that came out the same year. Are you fucking kidding me? Completely about something different. The guy's name is Matthew Fox.
Oh, well.
Yes, Matthew Fox. Matthew
That's
Fox
very
was in a
wrong.
movie, which I can't think of. But it was about an assassination attempt on the
Oh.
president.
Yeah.
And
I know exactly what you're talking about.
the movie was delivered that way. It was you would get to a point in the story, and then all of a sudden they'd rewind it and tell it from another person's point of view. They did the same thing about 4 times. I really liked the way they did it in that movie because every time that they did it, it was different footage. So
Vantage Point.
Vantage Point, yes, that's it.
Mhm.
It was a really good movie. I liked it.
Well, Mike brings up a good point. The reason they might have reused footage in this is it might be because they shot
all
it
they had.
linearly and it didn't work, and then they needed to use what they had.
Yeah.
Or maybe, they had the screenplay, they shot it linearly, and they realized we need to make 42 minutes of episode, and all we have is like 29 minutes of footage.
Yeah.
So that could have necessitated that. In which case, good improvising. We were just talking about how Cleo improv her mic stand, so I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
Mike is turning super robot on us. But would you guys think
My
of the
internet's fine.
would you think of the night night gun grenade?
that's funny.
What the hell that thing was. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. But at first I'm like, what the hell did
Yeah,
that do?
at first I thought it cloaked the train and
Yeah.
then a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah, it was
Could've-
really clever the
was-
way that they did that.
Yeah.
Could they have portaled it out of here? I hope not. I don't feel like dealing with Asgard today.
Yeah, that was so funny.
And the thing I think worked best with this episode was when you saw Ward and Coulson, and then they went and they found the hot-wired vehicle.
Yes.
And then you went
Uh-huh.
back and you found out how that vehicle's hot-wired. If every single time that they went back and did something along those lines, I would have been a lot more invested into the episode.
Yeah. Yeah. If the whole thing
There-
was like that, you're right, it would have been better. But when they found a hot wired vehicle and Coulson was just like, that's just good luck. I'm like, no, Coulson, it's a trap. Holy crap.
I was waiting
Yeah,
for it to
that's what I was-
explode or something
I
as
was
soon as they hit
waiting
the
'cause
gas pedal.
I
So
thought
was
that,
I.
the guy who was the traitor was like hot wired it and it was gonna blow up or they were gonna track them or something, or I was just like, no.
Yeah, I know. I thought if I found a random hot wired car, even if it was in the middle of a countryside, I would not get in it.
Nope.
I might.
I mean,
I don't know.
no. The
Depends.
thing, we were talking about the Asgard thing. There were a lot of references. If you notice, there was a reference to the end of the last Hulk movie with Edward Norton.
Was there?
Really?
Ward said, if you screw this up, or if you endanger it, when he was talking to Ward about May Coulson,
Alaska.
he
yeah.
said, I will have you in wherever Alaska, guarding Blonsky's cryo cell. Blonsky's the abomination guy from the end of that.
Oh yeah.
When
Got
I
it.
caught that, I was like,
Right.
nice.
I don't like the Hulk movies. I've only seen them
Yeah.
once, and
Yeah. I've
could've
seen
been a
each
lot better.
once. I saw them both in theaters, regrettably.
Mm.
I don't know. The Ed Norton one wasn't too bad, but
No, I enjoyed that more than the Eric Bana one.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the Mark Ruffalo, I think, plays a much better Hulk,
oh,
and I
yes.
would love a standalone
he
Hulk
plays
movie.
a much better Bruce.
Yeah,
He plays a much better Bruce Banner.
he does.
He really
Yes.
does.
He does. So I would love to see Mark Ruffalo in a standalone Hulk movie.
Yeah.
Would love
But
to see it.
Okay, the thing is, I'm convinced that just Hulk is a difficult character to do on his own. I think
He
what
is.
they need is Hulk and like Iron Man, Hulk Iron Man movie or something like that.
Yeah, I 100% agree on that. Just kind of the
I mean, we're
way they're
getting,
doing the Superman Batman movie, and it seems like they're not.
Yeah.
I know this is a Marvel show, and probably shouldn't be talking about DC, but
Talk away.
Marvel. I mean, we have Superman, Batman, and I also heard that Wonder Woman is supposed to be in that movie.
I also heard Aquaman might be in it.
So,
and Green Lantern.
It seems like it's more of a Justice League movie than it is
Yeah.
actually a Batman Superman movie.
I think it's like them testing out what a Justice League movie could be, but it won't be an official Justice League movie.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Let's what's the guy's name? While we're on this tangent, Jesse Eisenberg playing Lex Luthor. Why?
Amazing. Amazing. I think that is going to be so good. Yeah, I was not a fan of Jesse Eisenberg until The Social Network, right? And when he played, why can't I think of the creator of Facebook right now?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We know who
Joe-
you're talking
Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg.
When
everybody's
when
name
he
wrong.
played Zuckerberg, he played that role so well, right?
Yeah.
Then, if you guys saw Now You See Me
about. That
Oh
was-
no, I wanted to see that.
with the magicians,
Still haven't seen that.
he played probably the best role I've ever seen him play ever. And just based off that role, I'm excited for Lex Luthor.
Okay.
So.
I have my
But
expectations and my excitement very low, just so that whatever is thrown at me will
be that much better.
not be an utter disappointment.
Yeah.
My last part of that tangent, Jeremy Irons is Alfred.
Duh.
That's not too bad of a choice.
Too bad of a choice. That's awesome.
Jeremy
Yeah.
Irons is the
Fantastic.
best ever in the entire world. So
Yeah.
I know.
See, I liked
Michael Caine.
yeah.
I do too.
Michael
I like
Caine
him
is
too.
And I
even
like Gary
further
Oldman
back.
as Commissioner Gordon.
Even
There will
further
never-
back, I think the original Butler for Batman was the best.
Really? No, sorry, Michael Caine's better.
No.
I have
The guy that had for Batman Forever and he was the only good part of those movies.
Right. I don't know.
I don't know.
He's Alfred to me. But anyway, getting back on track with Marvel, all right?
Yes, sorry everybody.
So the Italian cop, the FBI agent, whatever he was,
Yeah.
when he took May captive, what were you guys thinking?
What are you, stupid?
Yeah, right?
I was
Like,
like,
you have 4 men to take May captive. You're fucked.
Oh.
I don't know.
And she did something I did not expect. Like he fucking stabs her in the shoulder, and she's like, "Thank you." Boom.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he made the mistake of leaving it there. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you gave me just what I needed.
Yeah. That's May for you. But now this is really bothering me. The character he played,
Mm-hmm.
it seems too familiar to me. Was he a reoccurring character either from the show? Was he in one of the Marvel movies? Or am I just thinking of him playing a similar role in some other movie?
That, I think. 'Cause
Yeah,
he-
I don't.
He
I
wasn't
don't
familiar to
recognize-
anybody else?
Nah.
I haven't had time to actually look up the actor's name or anything like that, but I'll probably do it after the show and figure it out. But then you have Skye and Fitz talking about the 084, and you could see she's trying to feel out the whole situation and see what his opinion on it, and she asks, can it be a person? And Fitz is like, I suppose.
And he's like, I wouldn't want to meet the poor bastard. Or I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to meet the guy.
How do you think Skye was feeling at that moment?
Not
Like-
great.
Yeah, feeling like she was a danger to other people.
Mm.
Yeah, hearing him calling them like dangerous, I don't think could have felt too good.
Yeah, he said, they're whatever they are, they're almost always dangerous.
Yeah.
So that definitely didn't feel good. And then has
He
it ever
didn't
been
say.
a person?
He didn't
No.
say are almost always. He said they
Oh, yeah.
straight up are dangerous. The
Yeah,
one
he
thing
said
they have in common is they're all dangerous. So it was like he was removing any doubt whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then there was has that one ever been a person? He goes, no, but I don't see why not. Like,
Yeah.
it's like I don't see why it couldn't be.
Yeah, and there was some more Asgardian references. Like Coulson was saying he doesn't want to deal with anything Asgardian.
Yeah, that was really funny.
So I almost feel like they're trying to set up Skye as Asgardian.
I don't know. they might be setting her up
possible.
as an Asgardian, and that's where the Lady Sif and Lorelai cameos come in.
I think the Lady Sif cameo is gonna come in having something to do with those. God, what the hell are they called? The Infinity Crystals,
The Infinity Gems.
gems.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
that was the end of Thor 2. Was
Right.
she was taking
Well,
it to the collector
went-
or whatever.
Here's the
Take it to
thing. They said
Collector.
don't expect any Guardian of the Galaxy tie-in episode.
Not necessarily that it's tying with the Guardians of the Galaxy, because
Right.
we don't know whether or not which crystal or gem, which one it's going to be. This could be a different one.
Right.
So
So
aren't there 7? That's a lot
6.
to cover.
Well,
They're
Six?
only doing 6.
they've already said that they want to tie this series into as much as they can. So they're going to do a Captain America tie-in. They said that's definitely going to happen. And whatnot. But they said Guardians of the Galaxy no, because they don't want the Shield members, the Shield agents, to go off planet into other dimensions or galaxies in the first season.
Well, having
So they said that in subsequent seasons, this is something they would like to do in season 2 or 3, but they said
Yeah.
definitely not in season 1.
having something to do with an Infinity Crystal doesn't necessarily mean that they're going off world. It could just mean that,
Right.
I don't know, something.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I
But
wouldn't
I think
expect I wouldn't
that's
expect a
why
Guardians
we're
of the
gonna
Galaxy
see-
tie-in. Basically, is my point.
Yeah, I think that's why we're going to see Lady Sif. It's going to have something to do with an artifact.
Yeah.
that she's hunting for, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or
I wouldn't be
deliver it.
surprised if one of them recognizes
Transport it.
Sky. I don't know.
I
Oh,
don't
she
see
was
how
a
they would-
baby.
Yeah.
And as far as we know, do Asgardians have their... I mean, we know that Asgardians are stronger, faster, and just better than humans in every way. They're pretty much humans, except mega upgraded in every fashion. At least
Yeah, but that's
how they're being
interesting.
sold here.
Could they tell
So-
by just seeing
Could
her?
they tell
Yes.
just by looking at her?
Yeah.
Do we know, when Asgardians are children, in how they're being presented to us here, are they that super, or are they just frail little kids?
Well,
We're no
this guy's
different than
not a kid
humans.
anymore.
I don't know.
No, exactly, so-
She was covered in blood, they said. So, and the Shield agent was still clutching her. So, that seems to me like she survived against odds that she was not intended to survive under.
That's possible.
It could also mean that the Shield agent would have gone to any lengths and did go to every length to protect her.
Yeah.
Also,
there's that
I mean,
too.
if she's an Asgardian, she has super strength. You think that would have, well, she has
Presented itself.
stronger than average strength. She's not like Superman or anything, but you think that would have presented itself in some way.
So my
Yeah.
dad was watching the episode, and I come down, and he turns to me, and he's like, "So what do you think? Is she a mutant or an Asgardian?" So I guess those are like the two big theories.
Big theories,
of what
yeah.
she could be.
The theory
Asgardian
is-
or
The other
mutant.
theory that was circling around is that they're setting her up as Spider-Woman. I mean, there's a possibility there.
Yeah, I don't think that that's.
It seems a little unlikely to me.
the way to
Just
go.
because I don't know. I know
Because-
Spider-Woman was its own separate thing, and it wasn't really tied with Spider-Man. But I feel like if they were going to do Spider-Woman, they would want to tie it with Spider-Man, which they can't do right now because Fox owns rights to Spider-Man. So I don't see a point. That would be a great tie-in for a Spider-Man movie
Yeah.
coming out, but it's just that's not gonna.
Well,
It's not
that's
gonna
like
go.
I said, that was a theory that was floating around.
Yeah, I personally don't think it's Spider-Woman, but we'll see. If
Yeah.
if it turns out her name is what, Jessica, I believe.
If her name turns out to be Jessica, she's Spider-Woman.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, because we don't have Sky's real name. We don't have her last name. We don't have her first name. We have her alias, Sky. That's all we know about her.
Yeah, it's true. That's her hacker alias.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep. So they finally get to the drop point, and Quinn is there. Were you guys surprised Quinn was there? I thought this whole thing was going to be a decoy myself.
I wasn't one way or another. I
yeah, I
He was
I
there.
figured he would be there. I mean, the whole thing is like, oh, they're delivering this to Quinn. He paid $10 million for it. I'm like, oh, he'll be there to pick it up. Also, while we'll get to that. Never mind. Go on.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say $10 million for what that was. I think that costs a lot more than $10 million.
With the
Come.
cybernetic enhancement?
The leg. Come on.
Cybernetic enhancements. Come on.
Yes. You're gonna tell me that that's $10 million?
I mean,
sorry.
it was a
Maybe. The technology was interesting. It seemed to embed itself into his skeletal structure because he was in a lot of pain when it was activated. So
Well-
it didn't seem like it just popped a leg out on the ground and he was able to walk on it. So it seemed
I
like
thought
it
it
was
was-
embedded with him and then it stretched to the ground, so it was measuring itself in height. Like it seemed to auto calibrate itself.
yeah. I thought it was just attaching itself and also just feeling his balance and how long the leg should be to match.
I think the pain was probably it attaching to his nerves more than anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he moves it on his own with his brain.
Yep.
so.
Right.
So yeah, I could see that being a $10 million device.
No, I think my thing is that $10 million? No, I'm thinking that's more like $100 million.
Well,
Realistically.
those guys seemed very desperate to get it off of their hands. I don't think they're making much money off of this technology.
True.
I think it's very hard for them to find buyers. So them being so desperate, I think that's
Yeah,
why
they
it's
need
that
field testing.
price.
ASAP.
But also, did either of you get an Iron Man feel out of that leg?
It kind of had a little bit of an Iron Man feel, but I wasn't thinking it at the time. When you
Yeah.
mention it, yeah, I could see the resemblance, but it's mechanical.
Mm-hmm.
So you can draw anything to that.
True.
You could say it had a RoboCop feel to it, right? There's a new RoboCop movie out.
Oh, God.
Don't.
Just don't. Look at that
just
serious
don't.
face. She is so mad right now. Look how mad she is. Look at this. Look at this picture. She's so mad.
It was
That's
fake
the
mad.
angry
I
face.
really don't give a shit.
No.
Better than me being 8-bit.
Yeah.
I'd love to know what's making me 8-bit. My internet is perfect right now, so it's got to be something the wife is doing out there.
I don't know. You're 8-bit. Your audio is 8-bit. Your camera keeps freezing.
But there's
It
nothing
makes me
wrong.
want to play a retro game.
Yeah. Did they make an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. game that's 8-bit?
I just did a speed test.
They
Everything
should.
is fine. It's been better than it has been in weeks.
All right. So let's
And
get
it's
right
your
to the big question. The leg reveal. They zoomed in on it, right? It said Project Deathlock. It wasn't really a big surprise to us. We knew this going
No,
into
yeah.
it, but
That was a
yeah,
bit
we
of a
knew my-
spoiler.
if you guys did not know this was coming, would this have been a jaw drop moment?
I'd have
No.
shit myself.
Because I am not so familiar with Deathlock, so just seeing the name, it would have made me go, huh? More than shock me. So I'm just not that familiar
Considering-
with Deathlock.
I'm not that familiar. I'm familiar with the character, like, a bit. Not like I've never really read much that Deathlock was involved in or anything
Yeah.
like that. I just knew that there was a character, and just seeing the name would have been like, "Ah, that's awesome!" Like, they're really branching out.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm definitely interested in seeing more Marvel characters. They said we're going to see a lot more origins. They said that we will be seeing characters like Blizzard again,
Good.
but don't expect them right away. They said they're
Yeah.
planting all these seeds because if you were to see Blizzard and then he comes in the next episode and maybe the episode after that or whatever, it's not rewarding. But they plant the seed and then maybe next season we'll get Blizzard, we'll get Graviton, stuff like that. Then you're like, oh, that's it from season. Oh my god! Like you're excited for these characters. You know what I mean? So I totally agree with that.
We'll get a bit of Evil League of Evil feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might even break into song.
Ooh.
Please no.
Please, yes.
I hope we have a musical episode.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
It would. How I Met Your Mother just recently did a storybook. I want to say Storybrooke. Got Once Upon a Time on the mind. Storybook episode where they were reading a story to the young kid on the show, and the entire episode, every single line rhymed. It was amazing.
That's intense.
Yeah, it was. So I would love to see an entire musical episode. It's like some
Yeah.
parallel thing. That'd be really fun. But so Sky was shot. twice
Yep.
Yeah.
in the stomach.
Yep.
Stomach acid doesn't heal.
Human stomach acid.
Ooh. This is true. It was kind of convenient that the, I don't even remember the name of it. That
Cryostasis tube.
Yeah, the cryostasis tube was there. Don't you think?
Or planned.
Ooh. So you think the clairvoyant gave the instructions to put Skye on the brink of her life?
Well, clearly, if what's his name? Asshole?
Quinn?
Quinn. If Quinn had orders to kill Skye, I think he's smarter. He would have shot her in the head. If those were really his orders.
Yeah.
But when he heard, the gunshots, he was like, Coulson's team is finally here. Like, he thought they wouldn't be... He thought they were running late or whatever. So, I do think that this is planned.
Yeah. So, I don't know. So, next episode is called Tahiti. Not like the last time where we
Magical
only had the
place.
magical place.
Magical.
This time the episode is called Tahiti. Unfortunately, we have to wait again. Alright, we just got the episode, and now we have to wait exactly 1 month.
What?
March 4th is the next episode. It is
Really?
currently, we are recording
hold
this,
on.
it is February 5th.
Hold on. Why? Wait. We get one episode and then another hiatus?
Yeah.
Chrissy, I was going over this in pre-show, and you were like, la la la.
Shut your face, Mike. This is why I hate ABC. This is an ABC thing.
Me and Mike were having this
This
discussion.
is why I hate ABC.
This was before you got here. Me and Mike were having this discussion. And I said, this is starting to become the Whedon curse, TV curse all over again.
It's not Whedon.
No.
It's ABC.
I didn't
Sorry.
say that Whedon is causing it. I'm saying it's his curse.
No,
This is what happens with all his TV shows, right? Buffy was the exception. Buffy went on for what, 7 seasons? 7 seasons. But it was
Angel got
that last season of Buffy where it started teetering, right? Angel was the same thing. The last season of Angel, it started getting to that point where they were struggling. Dollhouse, Firefly.
Because season 5 of Angel is the best.
It was the best, but if you had watched it live when it was airing,
Yeah, that's
it
true.
was
I
just
remember
like
that.
S.H.I.E.L.D. It was all over the place. Like, you didn't know when it was coming on. It was so... But this is how Whedon shows have been airing recently, and this is why it's called the Whedon TV curse. Because this happened with Firefly, this happened with Dollhouse after the 2nd season, and those shows got canceled. So this show is already starting to lose steam, right? And there's been a lot of rating drops and different things like that. People are like, it's taking too long to set anything up. A lot of people have jumped off the show.
It's been set up for 4 episodes now. Like, I feel like it reached the setup 4 episodes ago.
Right.
And now it is good. It is where it should have been.
Exactly.
At the beginning of the season.
Exactly. And we're 13 episodes in, and they're saying that that's kind of long to get to the point. I agree. The episodes have been good. I'm not going to stop watching the show by any means. I love this show. But it did have a slow start, and we've discussed this previously in the past, that there's been way too much time for character development. Which is not a bad thing. If you know the show is going to continue. But that's what kind of worries me. Because Whedon is... I'm pretty sure he's aware of this alleged curse. That all his shows have been canceled one way or the other. So at that point, you have to wonder, are you doing something wrong? He's paying attention to the diehard fans. Which is why everybody that watches his shows, they love them. Like, Dollhouse fans were very adamant about how that show was. Firefly fans. I joked on one of the... I think it was Supernatural last week on our Supernatural podcast. I joked about Firefly Season 2. And all of a sudden, the two of you just, jumped up and, got super defensive.
We got really mad.
Right? Okay. So you guys are Joss Whedon fans. I understand that. You're dedicated to the show. But think of the casual fans, right? That are not as invested
I don't
into
want to
it.
think about them.
They're not as invested into it. They're going to lose interest
They
when the
ruin
show
everything.
is all over the place. And when it takes forever to get to the point. I understand that. So the actor that
here
played
we have-
Coulson,
here-
Coulson just recently lashed out. He had a statement. It was very aggressive, saying that the people who stop watching are quitters, and we don't want quitters. And he went off on this huge rant. If you have not found this, go find it, read it.
It's amazing.
It's super entertaining, but that's no way to bring fans back to the show either. So, I don't know. It was. I want the show to do well. I think everybody else wants it to do well. They're starting to pick up, like, we have Deathlock now, all right? We have Sif coming in. We have another one. Who's the other one coming in from
Lorelai.
Lorelai? We have Lorelai coming in. They've talked about doing Captain America tie-ins. We've had 2 cameos already from semi-reoccurring characters from the movies and stuff like that. So they're teasing at us, but we need more concrete stuff. I would love if they could work Captain America into the episode.
Yeah.
Like something, that's what they need.
To get Chris Evans to get a big name in
Yeah.
an episode.
That's what they need. All of a sudden, everybody will flock to it. Everybody watch it. Not a reoccurring role, just like a one-time thing. It would be
Yeah, and
amazing.
I mean-
Or get Loki in there. Do you know how awesome Loki would be on this show?
Every fangirl will descend.
Right?
They'll come out of their Tumblr comas to watch it.
That's what the show
Um,
needs. I understand contracts and all that, and it's probably difficult for them to work out, but they need to do something. And they need to do it fast. Because if this show continues the way it's going, it's not going to make it into season 2.
Bringing me down, Dom.
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. And I think they understand that. And
I think Whedon understands it more than anybody.
well,
yeah.
I think Marvel understands it even more than Whedon. And I think they knew what they were getting into hiring Whedon. The fact that Marvel's got a shit ton of money and ABC, Disney partnership, all that stuff.
Yeah.
They could just renew it for the hell of it, even if season 1, and that may be a deal that they have with Whedon, that it definitely has to go into season 2. We don't know this. But if this was any other network, if this was any other franchise, I'm telling you right now, S.H.I.E.L.D. would not be renewed for a second season.
Yeah.
I think it will be, just because it's Marvel, and they don't
think
want
it
the
will
Marvel
be.
Cinematic Universe to be tarnished in any way, shape, or form. So they're going to do everything they can to repair it. So I 100% expect the show to be renewed.
I think they. I think it's got a better chance at a second season because Whedon broke away from Fox.
There's
Yeah.
that.
Fox was a big part of what was bringing Whedon
Oh,
down.
I definitely
As far as
understand that
TV
about
shows.
90% of
Oh.
the Whedon curse was network placement and stuff like that. But I'm saying not per fault of the network,
know.
not per fault of Whedon. The same thing is kind of going on right now. That's why we have a month between episodes. The other thing I was talking to Mike pre-show about is they're probably spacing these out so they could have this run and coincide with the movie releases. Because if
Yeah.
they were to air this thing straight through, this show, this season 1, would not still be running when we got to the Captain America movie release.
Oh my God, guys! Winter Soldier.
So,
Oh
I
my God,
know.
guys!
yeah. So they
That is my
said
favorite Captain America storyline.
they said
Goes
season
ad.
1 should have a Captain America Winter Soldier tie-in. When does that movie come out? Do we even know?
May.
April- No, I thought it was April.
It's probably April. My default Marvel movie release day is May, but now that they're coming out with more than one a year, it's probably going to be April, August.
Did you see the ad for during the Super Bowl?
No,
No.
I need to watch it. I didn't watch the Super Bowl this year.
April 4th.
You didn't miss much. April 4th.
4th.
So they need, if the show was going on right now, we're on episode 13?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what, another 9 episodes?
Yeah. Ish.
Yeah. So that would be 9 weeks from now, and that would probably be just when Captain America was airing. Another thing people are in chat are saying is the Winter Olympics are running February 7th through February 23rd.
But that has nothing to do with ABC.
Right, exactly.
NBC has sole rights to broadcast the Olympic Games.
Exactly.
So that will have
other
nothing
shows have no bearing on this. Supernatural is going to continue on. Pretty Little Liars. Some of the other shows we do, Walking Dead, they're continuing straight through. So the Olympics is not a good excuse.
Yeah, I mean, only reason I would see for another network to postpone shows because of the Olympics is because they're afraid of ratings. They're afraid of losing viewers to the Olympics. But if you're not an NBC channel, you don't have to make room for the Olympics.
As long as Shield wasn't going to go on at the same time as curling, I don't think there would be a problem.
Curling. Motherfucker,
Curling is the only sport worth watching in the Olympics.
Motherfucker, curling is going from the first day of the Olympics to the last day of the Olympics. Every country has a curling team.
Yeah. Curling's the
gonna
best.
go. There will be curling on 24/7.
Yeah.
Yep.
Back
So
to Winter Soldier, I'm excited.
So
Winter Soldier.
we don't have an official synopsis for this because it's so long away.
We had a promo.
But we had the promo. And what do we know from the promo, Mike?
They're breaking into S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters to find technology that can help heal Skye.
And Bill Paxton.
And Bill Paxton is guest starring.
Should be awesome. Definitely looking forward to it.
He's playing a character who we know, I forget from what material, we know he's a cybernetic guy. But he's a cyborg. At one point, whether he is in this cameo appearance or not, that character does, get like cybernetic implants at one point. So they're kind of continuing with the whole cyborg thing. Or like, advanced technology, like stuff like that. I don't know. But I'm excited to see that because I like Bill Paxton.
I love Bill Paxton.
And, yeah. I'm curious how they're going to tie this in with Captain America, too. Coming up. Because, Captain America, it's Winter Soldier starring Captain America and Black Widow.
You want my theory on what it's gonna be?
Yeah.
Fire.
I don't think we're gonna see Captain America. We may not see Widow. I think we're definitely gonna see Falcon.
And possibly Nick Fury too. But Falcon might work.
But I think we're definitely gonna see Falcon. And it's gonna be like his intro.
I'd like that.
I love him. Ah!
That would be pretty cool if they introduced Falcon in the show and then he's in the movie.
Yeah. I think that's what it's gonna be.
Yeah. I don't know.
He's super cool.
I'm super excited at the fact that they've said that we will be getting origin stories for villains and we will be getting the villains in the actual TV show. So it's not like we're getting their origin story in the show and then all of a sudden they're going to appear in a movie and we're never going to hear about them on the show anymore. They're actually going to be on the show.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about that. Like
Blizzard and Graviton and
exactly. They said they will be back on the show. They planted the seed. They set that up. It will be happening. So don't expect Graviton and Blizzard to be like in the next Avengers movie and then we never hear from them again because that's not the case. They will be on S.H.I.E.L.D. probably around season 2.
Right. We already know the main bad guy for the next Avengers is Ultron.
Yes.
So, all the theories that Coulson turns out to be the Vision still have weight behind them, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have to be another couple of steps before Coulson is the Vision, if that's even possible.
Yeah.
Or if that's even likely.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
I don't know if we're gonna...
Even if Coulson isn't the Vision, I would love to see the Vision, because he was one of my favorite characters in the Avengers comics.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully we'll get some more news on that, and the Clairvoyant, we'll figure more details out on him, because we didn't get any new information this episode, unfortunately. So I
Just
think
that
we're
he's-
still kind of in the same guesses we were on our last episode
Yeah.
with Mike's amazing theory about
High evolutionary.
the High Evolutionary, which looks
Well,
very
if-
promising.
If Sky turns out to be Spider-Woman, then that just adds more weight to that.
Right.
Because,
To the
she's
high
linked,
evolutionary.
Yeah.
she's linked to him.
Because the High Evolutionary's lab partner was Spider-Woman's father.
Yeah.
So.
And she was put
yeah.
into some kind of cryo sleep. She was put into cryo sleep before she woke up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Chrissy, where can the people find you?
You can find me on lots of things at Cleomoto.
Mmm.
And I am actually on Twitch. It's not Cleomoto. It's the Cleomoto. Just put
Ooh.
THE in front of that shit.
Ooh.
And I'm actually going to be streaming this Sunday if you want to watch me play Zelda
Ooh, with
on
Zelda.
Twitch.
With Zelda.
Ocarina of Time. Probably... I still haven't decided. It's probably just gonna be Master Quest.
Ooh.
But it's definitely going to be some form of Ocarina of Time.
Interesting. Mike, where can the people find you?
They could find me on Twitter at Thillabren, THILLABREN.
You could find us all on our new website, captivetv.com.
Isn't it TV Captive?
Yes, TV Captive. Wow! tvcaptive.com. That's embarrassing. And you can find us on the usual places: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Google+, Gmail, ASO TV Podcast for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows. Until next week. See you guys later.
Bye!
Hi.
Did your voice get really high, Mike?
Yes, it did.
That was scary.
I don't give a fuck.
Don't ever do that again. No, just no.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.